your forecast first. Sponsored by Natex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Boy, we've had some really nice weather as of late, haven't we? What a great weekend and pretty nice Monday out there. That is a look at the Roofing Dog on Bratcher weather camera on this Monday night. Clear skies once again throughout the region. No weather issues whatsoever. Still very comfortable with temperatures in the mid-70s. We are looking at the double sevens out there. Lucky sevens, 77 Champaign, Effingham, and in Springfield. As we go throughout tonight, we'll cool things down once again. Nice night to open up the windows. We'll be back down to the 50s by 9 o'clock tonight. But some warmer air is on the way. We'll talk about that in the forecast when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
The U of I saliva test could be available to the whole community. How that expansion might look.
High schools can't afford to do that kind of thing.
As coaches and athletes continue to rally for fall sports, the governor is defending his choice to keep players off the field. And Election Day is getting closer, so why did the registration site crash today?
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
You've probably heard about the saliva test at the U of I. It could soon be available to all of us. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Roscoe. That method can get results within hours. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live on campus. So Courtney, when could this happen?
Well, Jennifer, there's no exact timeline laid out right now, but university leaders say it will likely roll out first in the communities where campuses are, so Springfield, Champaign-Urbana, as well as Chicago. Now, as you mentioned, those results for people taking tests at those sites could be within hours if that saliva test will come to those communities as a whole, as opposed to just the U of I's campus. Now, the wait time currently at Marketplace Mall's testing site is 4 to 7 days. U of I already has a mobile testing lab they could use for a site for the community, but they don't know what the process will look like yet for whenever they roll it out. Public health leaders say it could be drive-through or walk-up, and they have the capacity to do either with their current mobile testing lab. Now, university leaders have talked to city leaders in Champaign as well as Urbana and both school districts in those areas about possibly setting up sites in those areas or involving them in some way. But again, they haven't come to a decision about where those sites will be or when this could roll out. Now, I also talked to the public health district, and they said they're also in discussions about figuring out the best locations for rolling out this saliva test for the entire community. Reporting live in Champaign, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Courtney, let us know when you get some more details on that. People want to know. All right, thank you. And taking a look at the latest numbers now, Champaign County is reporting 18 new cases. 4 people are in the hospital, down from 8 on Sunday. The county has seen a total of nearly 4,300 cases. Statewide, there are more than 1,400 new cases. That makes it more than 275,000 total. The 7-day positivity rate has dropped to 3.5%. 7 more people have died. Illinois has lost more than 8,400 people to the coronavirus. Governor Pritzker again defending his decision to delay the start of contact sports for high school students. The governor responded to calls from hundreds of coaches and athletes who rallied at the Capitol this weekend, demanding the state let them play. Pritzker pointed out some non-contact sports have resumed already, and school districts can't afford the same kind of protection pro and college sports have in place.
There's a bubble around many of these teams so that they're not interacting with members of the public. I mean, that's a lot different in high schools across the state of Illinois. High schools can't afford to do that kind of thing.
The governor did say expanded COVID-19 testing could play a role in helping bring high school sports back. The state announced it crossed the milestone of 5 million tests performed. Illinois is averaging more than 52,000 tests per day. That is the 3rd best in the country. The voter registration website at the Illinois State Board of Elections crashed today. It was back up about an hour after it went down. A spokesman says it wasn't a cyber attack. The website was experiencing a surge of traffic. Roughly roughly 3 times more visitors than they usually expect this close to a big election. New tonight, Danville police are investigating 2 weekend shootings. The first happened early Saturday on Fowler Avenue near East English. A 29-year-old man was shot and taken to the hospital. 32-year-old Toy Lewis was arrested. She's facing an aggravated battery charge. Then early Sunday, police say 2 gunshot victims showed up at the hospital. The 33-year-old man and 21-year-old woman told officers they were in the parking lot of the Untouchables Motorcycle Club when someone started shooting. All 3 are expected to survive. In Springfield, 1 person was hurt in a shooting early Sunday. It happened in the parking lot of No Way Jose's on North Grand Avenue. Police say they heard around 30 shots fired. Someone later showed up to the hospital with gunshot wounds. That person's expected to survive. If you have any information, call police. There was a fire at a bar in Decatur this morning. Crews responded to Barb's Place near 22nd Street early this morning. They don't think anybody was inside at the time. Those living in the apartments above are also okay. The fire was put out in about 4 hours. Investigators are still looking into the cause. The president of Lincoln College is asking for patience after learning about racist social media posts against students. David Gerlach was notified of the post more than a week ago. Some were violent. And the racism isn't only online. People have also shouted things at students, some driving around campus with a Confederate flag. He is asking the community of Lincoln not to attack the students. More than half of the student body is people of color. A teachers' union is celebrating a legal victory. The New Berlin School District reached a settlement agreement with members last week. Last year, the union took a no-confidence vote in Superintendent Adam Ehrman. After that, union leaders said the board and Ehrman retaliated. Union President Joe Kindred was fired. He had been a 15-year employee and basketball coach. The Illinois Education Association filed an unfair labor practice charge. On Monday, the school board voted unanimously on a settlement agreement with Kindred. The terms haven't been disclosed. The Secretary of Agriculture made a stop in central Illinois today. How a program from his department is helping people impacted by the pandemic.
Food is something that everybody should have access to.
Plus, the group is helping people get food on the table, where they are collecting donations for those in need.